Hello, my name is Chris Bouguet, and this video will show you how to search for, download, share, and delete a file from AIM Virginia on a Chromebook. Okay, let's get started. Before we begin downloading files, let's set up a structure in your Google Drive to make it easier to store, share, and otherwise manage the files once they've been downloaded. Note that this can be done using any device that allows you to access Google Drive, including a laptop or a Chromebook. For the purposes of this video, we're using a Chromebook. Sign into the Chromebook and launch Google Drive. If you don't see the Google Drive icon at the bottom of your screen, select the launcher and select the up arrow to be taken to a menu of apps available to you on your Chromebook. Locate Google Drive and open it. Select New. Select Folder. Name the folder Files from AIM Virginia to give students. Select Create. Once created, open the folder. To create a new folder for a student, select New. Select Folder. Use the student's number, name, or both to name the folder. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to create two folders. I'm going to name the first folder 101 000 000 Tucker Bouguet, and I'm going to name the second folder 101 000 001 Margaret Bouguet. Once you've named the folder, select Create. Repeat this process to create a folder for each student who will be using files from AIM Virginia. Once a folder has been created, select the folder and then select the share icon. Enter the student's name, email address, or account information to select the student. Select Send. The folder has now been shared. Files downloaded from AIM Virginia will be placed in the corresponding folder, and the students will now have access to the files placed in that folder. How to download a file from AIM Virginia on a Chromebook. As the DRM, your first step is to launch Google Chrome and navigate to aimvirginia.org. Log into the portal by selecting the AIM Virginia portal login button or by going directly to the AIM Virginia portal site. Log in using your AIM Virginia account. If you don't remember your password, you can click the Don't Remember Your Password link to have your password emailed to you. If you don't have an account, you can create one by clicking the link Create an Account at the bottom of the screen. When you have entered your username and password, select Log In. On this page, scroll down to the Search for a Book button and click on it. Here you can search for a book in any number of ways. If you know the ISBN, you can enter it in the ISBN field. If you know the title or portion of the title, you can enter it in the Title/Keywords field. If you know the author, you can search for the author in the Author field. Note that there are other search options including publisher, grade level, file format, and book type. For the purposes of this video, we are going to search for the title. Once you've entered the title, click Search. Titles available from AIM Virginia will appear in the AIM Results tab. Note that the results will also show if the book is available from AIM Virginia partners such as DBVI, Learning Ally, Bookshare, or other third-party results, such as Apple or Google. Within the AIM Virginia Results tab, notice the different file formats for which this book is available. Select the View Book Details button to get a brief description of the book, along with other identifying information, such as tags, author, publisher, and so on. If this is the book you would like to download, select Order Now. You'll be taken to a screen to place an order. Note that all fields marked with an asterisk are required. Using the drop-down menu, select the academic school year. Then, select the student. Remember, only eligible AIM Virginia students will appear in the drop-down. If your student does not appear in the drop-down, you can add new students using the Student tab. Only students with an IEP and a confirmed print disability on file are eligible for AIM Virginia services. Once you have selected your student, choose the desired file format. For For the purposes of this training video, we will select PDF Accessible. Other digital file formats will operate in the same way. Please see the video titled AIM Virginia File Formats to Use with a Chromebook and Tools to Access Them for more details about which file formats will work with Chromebooks. Confirm that your name is in the Attention To field. When downloading a digital file, it will be unlikely that you'll need to provide any special instructions. Confirm that the delivery method reads Electronic Download. Review the terms and conditions and check the box to confirm that you agree. Confirm that a hard copy of the book has been secured for the student by checking the corresponding box. By checking this box, you are confirming that a hard copy of the book has been assigned to that specific student by the school, or that it's been checked out of a library by the student, or is owned by the student. Please refer to the terms and conditions for details. When you are sure you have completed the form, select Order. You will be taken to an order confirmation screen. Note that you will also receive a confirmation in your email. To access the book, select the Orders tab on the left side of the screen, then select Orders. You will see the orders you have placed. Find the book and download it by selecting the Download button. This will take you to the Download Order screen. Remember, the instructional materials downloaded from AIM Virginia are assigned to specific students only. Only the student who is linked to this order should have access to this file. Please wait until the download is finished before opening up the file. Due to multiple factors, including the size of some of the materials and internet connection speeds, it may take an hour or longer for the download to be completed. When you're ready to download the file, select Download. The file will then download. There are two ways to access the file once it has been downloaded. When you press the Download button, the file will download using the Download Manager. Once the download is complete, select Show in Folder. From here, you can move a file into your Google Drive. Select the drop-down arrow next to Google Drive, select the folder into which you would like to copy the file, then drag the file to the appropriate student folder. Note, this creates a copy of the file in a folder already shared with the student. The original downloaded file continues to exist on the hard drive of the Chromebook. Select the file and press Delete to delete the file from the hard drive of the Chromebook. Note, the copy of the file still resides in the folder in which you placed it within your Google Drive. Close the window to exit the Download Manager. The second way to access downloaded files is to choose the launcher in the bottom left of your Chromebook. Choose the up arrow at the bottom of the screen. A window will open showing available apps. Select the Files app. Choose the drop-down arrow next to Downloads to access your downloads. From here, follow the previous instructions to copy the file to the appropriate folder within Google Drive. In order for a student to access the file, the student logs in to his or her Google Drive and selects Shared with Me. The folder you have shared with the student will appear here. The student opens the folder to access the file. When the student no longer needs the file, or at the end of the school year when all files are required to be removed or returned to AIM Virginia, navigate to the Files from AIM Virginia to Give Students folder you have created in your Google Drive and delete the file from the corresponding student folder. If you have questions or need support, check out aimvirginia.org for more information.